Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm excited to discuss with you outsourcing. I've personally used it to grow my businesses. I've met some lovely people, but I've also paid a lot of school money during the process, and I'm going to share with you some tips on how to avoid costly mistakes. So our aim here is to learn how publishing businesses can scale up through outsourcing. So we're going to understand the benefits of outsourcing, and what we also want to do is we want to know some tips and traps pertaining to remote working. Now let's start off by having a look at the numerous benefits that there is in outsourcing. Firstly, you'll be able to grow your business without the need to hire expensive offices, so it's reducing your cost. Secondly, you can hire people in different time zones, which means that there's going to be a quicker turnaround time. For example, if I finish work tonight in the US and I give a job specification to my team members in the Philippines or even Australia, they're going to work at it overnight while I'm sleeping, and tomorrow morning when I'm waking up, the job has been done. And then thirdly, you'll be able to expand or contract your team size instantly without the need to suffer prohibitive payroll taxes, which is obviously an issue at this day and age. And then fourthly, you're going to benefit from having a multinational team that will be serving the global market. Now, most people use what we call Upwork and Elance and people per hour for outsourcing around the world. I mean, I do not have a preference for any of these three. I started with Upwork when it used to be called Odesk, but there are several options available today. Here are a couple of useful tips to make the process more efficient, especially if you're just starting out doing it. You've got to rely on the user ratings. Okay, when I use Upwork, I actually only consider applications from people who have more than 100 hours of work, from more than 5 clients, and they've got to have at least an average of 4.5 out of 5 review. And then secondly, you've got to be specific. Okay, so draw up a very clear specification of your task, and before you post the job, you should actually ask somebody else to check the task for you to make sure that you've been clear. Thirdly, I would say you've got to avoid hourly contracts. Rather create a fixed price job. If you decide that $45 is what you would like to pay for the job of creating an ebook, then that should be your final price. And then you've got to be reasonable, guys. Stick to your specifications. You can't change the requirements halfway through the contract, because it wouldn't be fair on the contractor who's working for you. I would also say never ever pay anything up front. Yes, of course you can leave money through an escrow system, which is held by a third party, but never pay the contractor until the job has been completed. Okay, there's a few more tips that we should think of. We've got to use multiple searches to identify contractors. Okay, identify ones that's got relevant experience, and then we're going to invite them to tender on our contracts. You've got to rehire your best contractors. Okay, it saves a lot of time that you would have had to spend in the recruitment process. Then identify your superstars, take them away from Upwork and make them permanent. Give them a permanent position if you like. For example, if you find that there's a superstar and their work earns $3,000 a month for you, but you can hire them for $1,000, then you have to jump at the opportunity. And lastly, I would say here, do respect your contractors, guys. Treat them with respect. Be professional at all times. Remember, they are only human, just like we are.